Okay, welcome to elfo podcast. This is our first podcast, and we wanted to talk about digital marketing stuff. Um, I think I'll just intro myself first. I am Kate. I'm also part of the digital marketing team, and I have two guests here, Victor and Ikhsan. So maybe you guys can just give a very brief introduction about what you guys do and who you are.
All right, so my name is Ikhsan, guys, and I'm the digital project manager of elfo. I'm overseeing all the campaigns from the planning until execution and also until the reporting. So, Victor?
So yeah, hi everybody. My name is Victor. I'm basically in the digital sales team. My task is to look out for new clients as well as running their campaigns as well. So yeah, we work basically very closely with Ikhsan's team as well.
Yeah, thank you both. So actually, I'm inviting you guys here because I just want to know what is your perception about digital marketing, because I believe out there's still a lot of people like doesn't really acknowledge or believe in digital. So I want to know how is your experience. Maybe I just want to know, what do you think digital marketing 10 years back versus today? Maybe you guys can give your opinion.
I think maybe I can go first if I'm holding the mic. Right? So I think as a client fronting as well, right? I mean, we do face a lot of feedback when it comes to pitching with for digital marketing. Of course, we do face clients that are still very traditional thinking, right? They still believe in offline marketing. I mean, although offline marketing still works, but it may not be able to reach your audience as wide as digital marketing, right?
But when you say like traditional, right, they don't really believe and still works well. What kind of industry, like if you can share?
What kind of industry?
Those that actually like doesn't really believe in digital, or what type of clients?
What type of clients? Usually I wouldn't say it's not so much about the industry itself, but it's more about the person in charge, right? That makes the decision, right? So usually their thoughts is usually more about, if I don't see it, means it's not effective, right? It's not like online, right? So usually we do face problems such as, when we run the ads, client would be saying things like, how come I do not see the ads, right? It doesn't work the same as
like there's no proof, right?
Newspaper or TV, right? So there is that barrier right there that we needed to actually convince them even further.
Okay, right. What about you, Ikhsan? Do you have, or what do you think like the difference 10 years back and today?
Yeah, for the 10 years back, I think people only notice on how to advertise their brand on TV, right? On the traditional way, like Vic mentions, on the paper, the publisher and stuff, right? So right now, I think when Meta is on board at the time Facebook now already in Meta.
Yeah.
So people start realizing the effectiveness of using the digital marketing to promote their brand, right? Because they can talk to the people without even like probably paying that much, because on the TV I believe the cost will be much higher compared to digital marketing where we can control the budget, right? And in terms of the target market as well, we can also like adjust the targeting and stuff from the age group, from the location targeting, and for the interest. So I think now everyone, every brand, every industry definitely need the digital marketing.
Yeah, because when you mention like television, TV, right? I mean, who watch TV?
Yeah, and now the
as
radio
much
as
today?
well at
I
the
believe
time,
there's
right?
still people who watch
Yeah.
TV lah, but who does that as like compared to social media?
Especially now when we have Netflix and all those
Right.
Disney Hotstar and
I
stuff.
don't even watch
Yeah.
TV at all.
Same.
Yeah. So you guys think it's a must to have or to venture more to digital, right?
Yeah, for me, yes. So that's why now I think the digital marketing agency companies are there to help the brand to achieve their objective. Yeah.
Okay. But what kind of industry you guys think that really a must? Because I heard maybe some like B2B, it's a bit hard. Because
Yes.
honestly, for myself, like I'm also a bit confused how actually if you are selling to B2B client, for example, Victor, like what do you think based on your personal experience lah? Like probably B2B people, do they open social media, do you think?
Yep.
Or is the audience itself, the target market, are they on internet, or they are more like doing events, offline events, and you can approach them easier? What do you think about that?
I think it depends, right? If we want to target for B2B, I think if you want to go to the generic way of running ads, I think it's a bit difficult, right? Usually
Alright.
B2B tend to lean more towards, they already have the intent of basically searching what they want. So in my opinion, I would think that Google search might be a better platform for them to actually run their ads.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult, I would say, but also depending on what is their main goal at the end of the day, right? Or what are they looking to achieve? Yeah.
Okay, so it really depends what they are looking for their business, right?
Yeah, and depends on their nature of the business as well. Whether do they have that audience, right, in social media platforms and such. So I mean, if you're talking about let's say B2B, probably if you are a steel manufacturer, for example,
Right.
you can't just advertise as you want, just blast it out to every platforms available out there and hoping that someone will actually catch it. I mean, even though people will catch it, but it might not be the right audience, right? So you probably have to think a much more deeper way in order to actually reach the people that you actually want. So in that way as well, maybe traditional would help as well, or those regular, road shows and those kind of things, right? I mean, all these things still help, but yeah.
Yeah, so you're saying like it really depends on what kind of industry, and then second is what are their goals actually, and where are their audience, and then we can just approach them whether digitally or traditionally, right? Okay, yeah. Other than social media, right? We've been talking about social media ads. What are other digital things that you guys just figure out recently? Like for me, I think I just figured out about out of home thing.
Yeah.
They say it's digital, but partially it's like a big
Screen.
big screen is actually traditional in a way, but it's a new thing also, right? Maybe Ikhsan can share like
Yeah, so I think in the past 1 year, I just realized the presence of the programmatic advertising as well.
programmatic, true.
So because I didn't really realize when I read through the article, then when I go down there, then when I finish reading the article, then there will be some like the article that not really relevant with the article that I have read. Then I just realized that actually that's part of the digital as well, because that's I just realized that the label that is sponsored by the platform itself, normally on the bottom of the page, right? So yeah, that's what we call as now the native advertising at using the programmatic platform. So I didn't realize this before, but once we tried with some of our client, I think it's quite powerful as well, especially for the awareness campaign. So this is something that worth to try apart from the social media marketing.
But programmatic, right? Maybe for some of those listeners or like clients who doesn't really like familiar with programmatic, what is the different programmatic and traditional that you mentioned?
Yeah, for the programmatic, right? So I think in terms of the reach, the audience reach is much broader because those particular platform will be partnering with those publishers out there. And
What is publishers?
The publishers is actually like probably like the Star.my here, like the Siakap and stuff.
Oh, it's like not random website lah, but like
Yeah, so they have the presence already there, the
news
traffic.
article
Yes,
websites.
correct. Yeah, so I think it will be like another playground actually as for the digital marketer, because when we know Facebook and IG, the campaign, the ads will only be appeared on that particular platform, but on the programmatic is much broader audience that probably will be very helpful when it comes to the B2B client as well.
I see. Okay, I think just from our short discussion, right, I feel like there's still a lot of things that we still need to
Correct, right.
like venture. It's not simply just like social media. It's just not simply okay, we are following the trend. Oh, we have to follow like digital, but somehow digital is a must nowadays.
Yes.
So I think we need to kind of really understand our clients or who is business owners goal, what they actually want to achieve, right?
Yes.
So, but before we come to the end, right, I just want to know, why do you think this digital marketing will develop in the future? Would it be like such a big thing, or do you think we will go back to the previous era? Because nowadays fashion, we go back to the previous era.
Yep.
Right? Like how we style, how we dress, go
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
previous era. But for digital, right? Do you believe we will like find out newer platform, or even people will stick to social media only?
Yeah, for me personally, we will never know, right, what will happen in the future when it comes to the digital marketing. So TikTok is not there yet. In the past, I mean, like 3 years ago,
Right,
yeah,
TikTok.
but now
Now I
TikTok is
missed
there,
it in my
and
head. Yeah.
Facebook Meta in this case is technically following all the features
Yeah,
from
true.
TikTok, like from the reels and stuff, right? So I think the platform itself just need to adapt between one and each other, because I believe they have their person as well that will do the in-depth analytics on their competitor, right? So I believe the social media marketing will be the long run for the brand that definitely must try. Yep.
Okay.
What do you think,
What do you
Vic?
think, Victor? Since you're client facing,
Yeah,
right?
so
I don't know
will
if
be
it's
more
like
relevant.
more and more client really believe in digital, or they're still really reluctant, and is it easier to convince more
Exactly.
clients, you know?
Yeah, I mean, usually traditional and digitally, right? I mean, both platforms, of course, are equally, probably, a must, equally important, right? It's just depending on, how much budget you have and stuff like that, right? I would say digitally, I would think that actually, I mean, as we go down the line, down the years, and as technology improves every year, I'm pretty sure there will be more and more innovative stuff coming up. So, it's a never-ending thing, I would say, right? Because
Right.
almost every year we definitely have new stuff, new way of tracking things, and I mean, speaking
Right.
about that as well, people running digitally, most importantly, is like people can quantify it, right?
Right.
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 Unlike,
Simply proof, right?
yeah, you can see the data, right? You can see how much you spend, your basically your ROI, right? That is most
Justifiable.
correct. That's what
Right.
most brands are actually looking for right now. I mean, clients are getting smarter and smarter, right? They
Yeah.
don't just give you the budget and then you just just do whatever you want, right?
Yes.
So a client will want to see the results as well. So yeah, I think digitally is a way to go in the future.
Okay, now you mentioned that, I think this will be a very interesting topic, like how you convince client later on, then how actually from our operation, your team, Ikhsan, probably like how actually they can achieve or like meet the clients' needs and wants, right? Maybe we'll just talk about it like next time. But thank you so much for your sharing. So I hope this sharing is very useful for our listener, whether you are small, medium, or big businesses who just started to venture to digital. Yeah, see you next episode. We will talk more about digital. Bye.
Bye.